Hello watch lovers! Today I'll be showing you some extraordinary watches. Now I see a lot of watches in my line of work, but these ones really caught my eye. These aren't your everyday watches, they are rare beasts, uncommon, hidden gems for something a little bit off the beaten path. There's crazy complications and unlikely collaborations, so here is 10 dream watches that you won't want to miss out on. This hunk of watch here is a double celebration piece made to commemorate 20 years of spring drive, that's Grand Seiko's patented movement technology with the super smooth sweeping second hand, and 65 years of Godzilla, that's the king of the monsters. And this is the Grand Seiko Godzilla 65th Anniversary Limited Edition. Two Japanese icons, Grand Seiko and Godzilla, go way back because in the original Godzilla film from 1954, the Big G can be seen destroying the Ginza clock tower with a colossal right hook. That's the famous clock tower which rises above the Wako store, one of Seiko's early flagship retail stores which opened its doors back in 1952. Seiko House, as it is now known, and the clock tower have since been vandalised by Godzilla many times over the years, and the caseback of this watch is stamped with a depiction of that scene. And it's illustrated in the style of the Grand Seiko Lion by Shinji Higuchi, the co-director and special effects director for the 2016 movie Shin Godzilla. It's a beautiful quirk on an already beautiful watch. As you can see, there's the powerful and angular case that's all facets and edges, and it's 44.5mm in diameter, and it's a bold look to match the magnitude of the mighty Godzilla. But it's titanium, so it's pretty lightweight despite its size, and it wears comfortably. Also, to match Gojira's signature atomic breath, there's the striking sunburst rays of red on the dial, and of course you get all the usual Grand Seiko goodness like high definition hands and markers, immaculate finishing throughout, and the aforementioned smoothly sweeping second hand of the spring drive movement. Limited to just 650 pieces, this monster goes for around £9,000 pre-owned. So let's keep the kaiju train a-rolling, because now we have the giant Japanese monster battling Ultraman, as seen here on the dial of this special Omega Speedmaster Speedy Tuesday Ultraman model. Well, I say seen here because you need to use the UV torch provided to reveal the silhouette of Ultraman's bonce on the 9 o'clock subdial. This watch was released to honour the fans and the online community behind the hashtag Speedy Tuesday bandwagon, and originally released in July 2018, where it was limited to just 2,012 pieces and sold out in just a couple of hours. And it's easy to see why. It's a very handsome looking Speedmaster, with the somewhat conservative black and white appearance of the Moonwatch here embiggened with flashes of bright orange. In homage to the colour of the 70s jumpsuits worn by Ultraman's Monster Attack team in the classic TV programme, you can find on the dial the print and chronograph hand are both orange, as is the special 3-minute marker on the subdial, which is there to denote Ultraman's 3-minute superhero mode. And then there's orange on the NATO strap too. Now there's many a unique and collectible Moonwatch out there, and this is definitely one of them. Really cool, looks great on the wrist, sporty, versatile, whether you're at home, in the office, or throwing a giant rubber lizard through a big cardboard building. Pre-owned, this one costs around £10,000. Here we have the Tudor Black Bay 58 Platinum Jubilee RaSP. This was released to commemorate Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee in 2022 and was offered to the RaSP. That's the Royalty and Specialist Protection Unit of London's Metropolitan Police. This is a specialist unit responsible for protecting the British royal family and their residences, as well as government officials and diplomats. So this was a special run of stainless steel Black Bay watches, and the blue dial here bears the RaSP logo at 6 o'clock, a Tudor rose topped by a crown, while the caseback bears the emblem of Queen Elizabeth II and the name of the unit. It's 37mm in stainless steel, and it's limited to just 300 pieces and costs around £18,000 pre-owned. This is the Breitling Top Time, a chronograph designed for professionals. It's a racing sports watch with bold lines and a 60s spirit, and this model is the limited edition A23310. And as you can see, most notably, it has a distinctive quadrisected dial, almost kind of like an angry panda or Zorro with a bloodshot eye. The dial is also home to bright red hands and retro-style blocky subdial hands, and there's faceted hour markers accented with pips of loom, can't read my own writing. There's an uncommon decimal scale track around the outside, and then top centre is the applied gold B, which stands for Big Boy, which, like most Breitlings, this watch is. At 41mm in stainless steel with protruding pump-style pushers, inside is the automatic Breitling Caliber 23, which has COSC certification and a 48-hour power reserve. It's a distinctive design and a very cool chronograph watch. Pre-owned, the Top Time Limited Edition costs around £3,500. Now this is no ordinary IWC watch. This is the IWC Big Pilot's Watch Perpetual Calendar Edition Toto Wolff and Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 Team Watch. Limited to just 100 pieces, this watch was built by IWC to recognise the achievements of Toto Wolff, team principal and CEO of the Mercedes F1 team, having won 8 consecutive constructors' titles so far. And this is a heck of a watch to honour someone. I mean, willikers! In the Big Pilot style, you get a case and crown made of IWC's special Ceratanium, which is light and robust as titanium, and hard and scratch resistant like ceramic. Alchemy. It's got black hands and subdials accented with Petronas green on a glass dial which reveals the goings-on of the Perpetual calendar inside. Now, a Perpetual calendar is the king of complications, automatically recognising the different lengths of the month as well as leap years until 2100. So keeps track of everything, looks awesome, and pre-owned, this bad boy costs around £40,000. Honouring science next, we have the Rolex Milgauss. Heinously banished from the Rolex lineup in 2023, the Milgauss is an offbeat Rolex. Originally designed to meet the demands of peeps working in scientific arenas who are exposed to much higher levels of magnetic fields than regular folks, what with all their zany experiments and stuff. So the Milgauss is made to be capable of withstanding magnetic fields of up to 1000 Gauss. It's recognisable via its green sapphire over the dial and lightning bolt shaped second hand. And with this one featuring an electric blue dial, which Rolex refers to as Z Blue. There's also the COSC certified Caliber 3131 inside, complete with an anti-magnetic shield, which is made of ferromagnetic alloys. It surrounds the movement and is engraved with the letter B with an arrow, the symbol for magnetic flux density, so they tell me. But like most things found inside a Rolex, only Rolex certified watchmakers will ever see it. This blue dial Milgauss costs around £9,000 pre-owned. Now, what could be finer than a Patek Philippe complications watch? Like a mid-air 360 no-scope of the watch world, it's exquisite, precise, and a bit showy. This is the Patek Philippe World Time Rare Handcrafts 5131G. In a white gold case with white gold hands, on a dial featuring a cloisonné Grand Fouet enamel map. Now, cloisonné is an ancient technique whereby metal strips or wire are used to separate other decorative materials, like coloured glass or gemstones, or in this case, enamel. And here, the gold wire has been used to shape the contours of various continents, which have then been filled with enamel and decorated to depict the land masses and oceans. Time can be read in all 24 time zones via a city disc, and driving the watch is the ultra-thin self-winding 240HU caliber, complete with 22 karat gold micro winding rotor. This is a discontinued watch and it comes with the luxury price tag of £80,000. This watch can run for a whole month when fully wound. This is the world's first mechanical wristwatch with a power reserve of 31 days. But with great power reserve comes great mainsprings. Because in order to drive the movement for such a long time, this watch needs 2 crazy long mainsprings that both measure 1.85 meters long. That's about 10 times as long as you'll find in a typical mechanical wristwatch. And then the energy transmitted by these extra long mainsprings is handled by a patented constant force escapement, which is able to transmit that tremendous energy to the movement in a gentle and uniform manner. And then, as a further consequence of having such long springs, the task of winding them up with a conventional crown would be very time-consuming and ponderous. So this watch comes with a key, which slots into a hole in the case back and is able to generate much more leverage than a typical crown-based winding mechanism. Pretty specialist and cool. This watch comes in a 950 platinum case, which is mahoosive in a 46mm diameter and with a thickness of 16mm. And there's also the classic Lange outsized date display, along with all of that amazing and impeccable finishing. And this watch sells in the range of £60,000 pre-owned. Here we have the Panerai Radiomir 1940 10 days GMT automatic Oro Rosso, a 45mm watch with a case and bezel in polished gold tech. Now, gold tech is Panerai's proprietary gold alloy, which is a special gold blend with added copper and a dash of platinum that gives the metal a richer, darker red hue that's more oxidation resistant than regular gold. It comes with some cool details like a black sunbrush dial with Arabic numerals, a date at 3 o'clock and a small second-hand and 24-hour GMT display at 9 o'clock. There's also a linear power reserve indicator at 6 o'clock that displays the 10-day power reserve supplied by the 3 spring barrels inside the rather pretty automatic mechanical P2003 10 caliber. This is a limited edition of just 150 pieces and it costs around £20,000 pre-owned. Now, before we get to our final watch, did you know you can find out about other amazing watches via our Watchfinder newsletter? To get exclusive access to new arrivals, be the first to hear about all our special offers and promotions, and to get first dibs on our giveaways, just head down to the link in the description to sign up. This is the Oris ProPilot Coulson Limited Edition, and here Oris have collaborated with Coulson Aviation, the world's leading aerial firefighting organisation, to bring you a really striking rendition of their ProPilot watch with a fiery orange dial. You also get a 3D printed carbon fibre case with grey PVD plating, which comes with the look of fibrous carbon as well as an intricately sculpted notched bezel. It's 41mm and there's raised white markers that pop against the deep red of the dial for a striking and unique look. This watch is a limited edition of 1,000 pieces and costs around £2,500 pre-owned. So there you go, those were 10 extraordinary watches that you don't want to miss. And if you want to check out more amazing watches, then why not head over to watchfinder.com and find your next pre-owned luxury watch. Check it out and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.